During these couple of months, I've learned a lot about myself, but also about society, and what is required of you to function as a healthy citizen of the society. The reason I feel like writing this is because under a month, I've started to care even less than I did before. I guess a poetic way I could rephrase it is, I've started to care so little that I care too much. Everything has basically just gone a full circle, a rotation of emotions, to put it in prettier words. So why am I writing this, and why am I doing it now? And why here? I don't know the answer to any of those questions, but what I do know is the answer to the question, why am I doing it now? And that is because if I don't do it now, I won't ever do it again. I've reached the point of my life where I start to question whether or not the accomplishments in my life matters, or if I have even done any accomplishments. I guess you could say I am basing my current life around the word FOMO, short for fear of missing out, and I have been feeling that way for the past 2 years now. What happened 2 years ago that caused this wave of emotions to spill out? Well, a certain person in the past made me realize what my life really is, what I had and what I didn't have, the things I could have, and the things that I never could have. This person made me realize what I had been missing out, but also realize that I had basically wasted my entire youth on nothing. Basically, I had woken up from a 20-year-old coma, and just now I struggled to keep up with the sudden change of life. Suddenly, I am 22 years old, who suddenly needs to get out of the home and start working, or I won't have any money to survive. Suddenly, I'm an adult. I sit here and wonder, what have I been doing all these years to just now realize what has been going on? And I can never find a direct answer to that. The closest of an answer I could reach and grab is that I've been in a trance of delusions, refusing to believe there is a life outside my home, my computer. But again, I always had a fascination to what is on the outside of my closed walls in my room. Yet I've never taken that chance to pursue it. I sit here and wonder, why don't I have the same ambition as the other people? Why don't I crave for action or to the teen partying and screwing around? I sit here and wonder, why am I so abnormal, yet not at the same time? Haven't I just had the taste for that life, and because of that I don't care more? But I have had a small taste of it, yet it doesn't appeal to me. But I want it to appeal to me. I want to feel normal, yet I don't. I read on social medias about that crazy time someone had with a group of people, and how they wish to experience that again next year. And I try to imagine if that was me, having a group of friends I see on social medias, the pictures people post about their crazy adventures, where they find themselves in these weird situations and just need to take a snapshot of that moment, and I think, why have I never had the opportunity to experience that? Questions like these is always in head every day I think about it. FOMO, the fear of missing out. It's a disease that has been plaguing me for the past 2 years. When will it end? How will it end? I wish every day that my life could be a book, and I could just turn to the last page just for a small sneak peek on how it ends, or just randomly pull up a page near the end just to read the first 2 lines of text, just to have a taste on what lies beyond. But that's unrealistic. That's not real and will never be real. Time travel doesn't exist. People talk about the theory. If you had a time machine and could travel back in time to experience your childhood again, would you do it? My answer would be no. I don't want to experience the things that my brain protected me from. I remember only a handful of things from my youth. Imagine going back and experience all the bad things over again, and realize that the good events in your life wasn't as good as your memory tells you. I could already feel questions being thrown at me like, but what about the good times? Or surely there must be something you want to experience again. And my answer to those questions are, I can't remember any situations that I felt was a good time. Every good time I had was a distraction from the bad things that kept happening. I could never go on vacation before starting to think about me having to go back home and just doing everything all over again. Even now I can't go on vacation without thinking that the vacation has to end at some point, and my life will return to the same thing that has been my life for the past 22 years. I can even feel more questions being shot at me like, why don't you go out and try and fix everything then? Maybe stop being stuck in your home and achieve something. Trust me, I have asked that question myself too many times. But to answer that question, if I tried, I wouldn't know if it would work. And then I would have wasted more time trying to believe things would be better. And they never would. I keep thinking about the scene in Avengers. Endgame, where Black Widow looks for Hawkeye in Hong Kong and finds him and tells him to come home. Hawkeye responds with, "Don't give me hope, that's basically how I feel." Hope for me is dangerous. Last time I had hope was 2 years ago, and look where it led me. I have a few friends that has helped me through these times without them actually knowing what an impact they give on me, and I am eternally grateful for them. But they have lives too, friends and family to come home to after school or whatever, other friends they can talk to, relationships they can deal with. And then there's me, who has neither of those. And the only thing I have is the expectation that they will have conversations with me when they can. I can wait for hours, just for them to get on, in the hopes that they want to talk with me or play video games with me. FOMO, the fear of missing out, something that holds me online every time. What if a friend comes online and I missed a conversation with them? What if I missed out on being invited to a party? Missed out on being able to be normal? I sit here and wonder, what do I have to do to make people understand my situation and not force my story on people? I've always been that kid that has been picked last during dodgeball sessions in school, always been the last option to be in a group with during school tasks. And my opinion has always been the last people ask for, because it would be rude not to ask me when everyone else had their chance to speak. Not because they want to hear it, but because of social standards. What will it take to become normal and accepted, but also overcome my shackles that only exists in my head? FOMO, the fear of missing out. I keep thinking about things that I never could experience and never will. Having a group of friends in your teenage years and do weird things, adventures, going to parties and get drunk and have hilarious stories to tell when you get older, how stupid you were, being a kid experiencing a relationship for the first time, and having a childhood best friend, or just having a best friend. Those are the things that constantly haunts me, knowing that I will never experience. No, I am an adult with expectations from others. I can't go around being weird with friends because that would be immature. Going to parties won't be the same because everyone has already done that before. They know what will happen. And I won't have any stories about my childhood where I can tell the weirdest things that happened with me in a group of friends, or just any events, because those memories doesn't exist for me. I'm in the age where people expect me to have a job, an apartment, and act like an adult. I missed the time where I could be free and be myself. FOMO, the fear of missing out.